Inside the ship, Jack described the same metallic chamber.
A creature like that, how would it ever die?
And this monster starts running right at me.
Annihilated by nuclear bombs.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
Why, you're crazy.
But I saw that monster too. All I want is for someone to believe me.
Contaminated.
Face. It's horrible. It looked like it would scare you to death.
All right, let's get to work.
Nope, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Every week, I always forget about this. I don't know why it keeps resetting. I don't know. There we go. Let's get rid of that too. Perfect. Seem quieter than normal. Maybe it's just me. Anywho, it's late in the night of April 30th, 2023, a police officer in Las Vegas was responding to a routine call when his body camera captured something strange. A bright green object tearing across the sky like a fireball. Within the hour, a terrified family called 911 claiming something had crashed in their backyard, and that 2 massive creatures with glowing eyes were now standing in the darkness behind their house. Tonight, on Beyond the Shadows podcast, we are investigating the Las Vegas backyard alien police body cam event. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot.
Get rid of that. Yeah, that seems quiet. It just seems quieter to me. Maybe it's just me.
It is a little quieter. You're right.
Hold on. Let me turn some sounds up. I mess with stupid audio levels. It's my fault.
To be fair, we are trying to fix them because we had a suggestion and we're trying to make it a little bit better.
We've got to at least be able to hear. Flip!
Thanks for subscribing. Hey, hey.
Oh, well, wrong sound effects. There we go. This one. Thank you, Blip, for your sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. You rock and roll. You the best. You the best. How's it going, buddy? How you doing? We are just getting started. I'm double checking, making sure everything's running correctly. It seems to be awesome. Blip, welcome, bud. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, everybody, to Beyond the Shadows podcast. I'm your host, Victus.
And I'm Hazel.
And on this podcast, we record a live paranormal podcast, one take, no edits, try to figure out if this week's case is truly paranormal or not.
Good. You earlier tonight. Is it daylight savings I have to thank?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yes, daylight savings. We're normal time, just... Yeah, it's technically normal time, but also technically it's an hour earlier.
Yeah, for, normal people who don't do this stuff, it would be it would be early, unfortunately. Yeah.
So yes, we are technically an hour early, technically.
You can tell I'm not a fan. I am definitely not a fan. It messes with my whole day and possibly my whole week. So
that's probably what kept me up, because you just had to tell me that daylight savings was kicking in. Blah, puke emoji. Don't like it. I lost more than an hour last night. I'll just say that. Weird nightmares. Anyway, yes, one take, no edits. So we try to figure out if this week's case is truly paranormal or not. This week's case is the Las Vegas backyard alien incident. Yes, it is a mouthful, but this is a good one. I don't know if you've heard of this one or not.
I have not, and I'm excited to see the evidence that you've been promoting today. So
we got lots of evidence. That's a big reason I brought this one up, because since this happened in 2023, there's been lots of follow-up information about it and lots of tinfoil hat things happening. Like I showed you with that video yesterday, totally weird. I found a piece of it.
Yeah, that was really strange. I'm excited to hear what our audience has to say about that tonight, too.
We will get into it. But yes, this is a rare thing for the podcast. Usually we investigate something that happened 30, 40, 50 years ago. But this week, we've got something that's not even 3 years old. And I remember when it came up, Aeon and I talked a little bit about this because we touched on it during one of our long lost forgotten rapid fire episodes. Back when we did have rapid fire, because it was all over social media. And we looked at it, but we were like, well, I don't know. But there's been more and more information coming out. And as it's been progressing, the stories become more interesting and information has been lost and then found again. And then new things have happened. And then follow-up information has been collected. And now that FOIA requests have gone through 2 years later, we have body cam footage from police officers from the evening.
See, that's what I'm kind of excited about, and it's always so difficult, especially like with newer cases or newer things that come to light, to know what's real and what's not real, what sources are real, what's not real, even if it looks like a real source, is it generated by AI?
Didn't it happen like
all
a
of
week
those
after
different
the first
things.
UAP hearing with Grush?
Yes, it did. And this is also the same week as I'm pretty sure it was fake. It was the same week as the Florida Alien Mall event, whatever you want to call it. There was some hullabaloo. I still don't quite know what happened. A lot of hush-hush around that. But I don't know. Do you know anything about that?
I don't, but anything can happen in Florida.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Flip knows what I'm talking about. So there was an event. It blew up on social media. And it was this huge mall in Florida. I forget where it was. But like every single police officer responded to the mall. And there's all these videos of people in the high rises next to the mall seeing hundreds of cop cars parked in front of the mall, all with their lights on. And then video came out of people running and screaming, running out of the mall. I think initially it was a very loose terroristic scare, but the first thing to come out was 9-foot tall aliens walking through the mall.
Seems a little outrageous.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But we've never actually gotten...
Can you imagine being an alien in the place that you go when you first get to Earth is the mall?
Let's go to the mall. Yeah. Move that from the bucket list to the fuck it list. Yeah, there's a high concentration of humans there. Let's see what they're doing. Mistake number 1. Going to the mall. Mistake number 2, the mall in Florida. But we've never actually heard anything about what happened. Even the people that were there, nobody can really say what caused the panic initially. There's tons of video of people like running and screaming for the doors. Some police ran in, some police shots were fired, but like the police don't even know what they were shooting at, I guess. I don't know. It was really strange.
You'll have to show me more of this later.
It's weird.
Yeah.
There's lots of footage out there of like people panic running out of the mall. Lots and lots of footage of all the police cars. Because when I say every police car, it was every police car. And it honestly looked like something out of a movie, but you know, a movie wouldn't set a quarter-mile line of cars, you know, just for, you know, one shot, especially not in Florida. But it was really strange. So this was the same week as the Grush hearings, David Grush. That was the UAP hearings in Senate. We're still hearing things about that. I just watched a huge documentary about that. I'm on lunch break a couple days ago. And still, there's a lot of information being corroborated from David Grush. But then this happened in Las Vegas. It was weird. So this is what we call LAP. So if you remember some of the older episodes, we do talk about how there are UFO flaps or alien flaps or ghost flaps. A flap is just an area of, indeterminate size, and all of a sudden there's a sudden uptick of there's like a spike of a subject, whatever it could be. Like before the collapse of the bridge, there was a flap of Mothman sightings. That was a flap. Same thing. We get, around the time of Roswell, there was a UFO flap across half of the country. Huge uptick. And this was also a flap in the United States at the time. We were seeing a lot of aliens and UFO reports. Very few of it was, legitimized or, video, photo evidence. Well, we got both. We got both tonight. So we have the body cam footage of the. So it's two parts. So there's an event that happens first, and that sends the cops out to talk to some people. And that first event ties to a second event, which sends a different cop out to a different location. And people at the second location call 911. We have the 911 footage, or 911 audio. We also have video of the body cam the officer was wearing when he approached the house for the first time, talking to the family. And then we also have footage of the mother of the family before the cops got there. They're going in the backyard to investigate. So, I mean, it's we've got, and then there's a couple pictures, of course, some aftermath stuff. We have some zoomed in. Reddit did its job this week. We got lots of people. If you want to pick apart a paranormal theory, send it to Reddit, because people will go in frame by frame and analyze video footage.
Anytime I have a question about anything, I just usually go to Reddit anyway.
It's to the point now where you Google something, you type in, iPhone doing this, and then immediately you get a response for that exact thing you typed in, but with Reddit on the end of it, because that's where all the answers are. It's becoming a fantastic platform for people to give good answers. I use Reddit all the time. One of the few apps that I use almost daily. But we do have some. So there is the most controversial video piece of evidence that people say you see a couple different aliens in it. And I watched it 3 or 4 times before going down the rabbit hole. And we've got some really interesting screenshots. So we're going to take the screenshots and we're going to try to line it up to the footage that we have of where they supposedly got screenshots from. We're going to try it. We're going to see.
Okay. I trust you.
So we're going to focus a little more on evidence this week instead of just, I'm going to try to just run through most of the script. I might glaze over some things. I might not. It just depends on how it goes. But I have a lot of evidence, which is unusual. Usually I have like one piece of evidence.
Is this because everyone so far I've either been like no or unsure and you're just ready?
In a way, yeah. So we do have an undetermined sound and we haven't used it yet. So wait, what did we say last week? Last week was no. That's right. Yeah. No. Blip, I'm glad you're here, bud. But before we get into tonight's case, it is time for this week's News and Paranormal, where we take a quick look at some of the strange headlines and odd stories that are popping up all around the world this week. Let's get into this week's News and Paranormal. First up, we have a story coming out of Mexico. Researchers and local residents near the slopes of a local volcano say that they've once again captured strange lights appearing around the volcano during recent eruptions. Videos circulating online showing glowing objects moving through the ash clouds and hovering near the crater before disappearing into the smoke. This isn't the first time the volcano has been associated with UFO sightings. It has developed a reputation over the years as a hotspot for unexplained aerial phenomena. Skeptics argue the lights are likely drones or aircraft or even volcanic lightning, which is what I think it is. But believers insist the objects appear to maneuver in ways that don't match conventional explanations. And next up, An interesting discovery in Europe, archaeologists working near the ancient ruins of Pompeii in Italy recently uncovered a set of mysterious symbols etched into a wall that appeared to reference protective magic. According to researchers, the markings may have been created by residents attempting to ward off evil spirits during the chaotic final days before the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. The symbols resemble charms and inscriptions associated with ancient Roman folk magic, reminding us that even 2,000 years ago, people were trying to protect themselves from forces they believed lurked beyond the physical world. And finally, a story from space. Scientists studying data from the James Webb Space Telescope recently detected unusual atmospheric signals on a distant exoplanet that may indicate complex chemistry taking place far outside our solar system. While researchers are cautious about jumping to conclusions, the findings have sparked renewed discussion about the possibility of life elsewhere in the universe. The signals are not proof of alien organisms, but they do suggest that the ingredients necessary for life may be far more common than we once believed. So between mysterious lights near active volcanoes, ancient symbols meant to ward off spirits, and clues about possible life beyond Earth, it's been another interesting week around the world of the unexplained. And with that, let's get back to tonight's case, the strange events that unfolded in a quiet Las Vegas neighborhood after something streaked through the sky. Awesome.
Who'd you call this week?
You want to know who I called this week? So, the young man. This is the script. I wax this every week off the top of my head. I'm getting good at it. I'm getting really good.
You really are.
Same thing with the closing monologue. Sidebar, just a little sidebar. The closing monologue used to be Aeon's thing. And he's the one that came up with the tagline, no matter what you do, make sure you follow us beyond the shadows. That's why we end the episode every week with that. And we got down to, we would do Act 5, do our conclusions, and then he would do the closing monologue off the top of his head like a fucking poet. He was so good at it that even my script writing skills cannot match the way that he wrote it. He did so good. He did so very good.
One day he'll be back.
He will be
and
back.
he will continue to do a
Yeah.
good job.
Just talked to him last week, so he's still planning on coming back. He's just got his personal business to handle up. I mean, no, he's in a bunker underneath Area 51. Gotta handle personal business. I get it. So yeah. Anywho, it's the young man who called 911. I got him on the phone this week. We're going to hear this 911 call later. It's very interesting. So I call him and I'm like, hey man, we're going to do an episode on my podcast on the subject. And he's like, yeah, this is really interesting, but you need to be careful. I'm like, why do I need to be careful? He's like, you don't even know what you're getting into. I was like, I think I kind of know what I'm getting into. He's like, look here, something I need to know from you before you go any further. And it's a matter of personal safety. I'm like, what do you mean personal safety? He's like, listen to me. Listen. And he's like knocking on the phone. Listen. I need to know. It's very serious. Before you go any further with this investigation, I need to know. What shirt are you wearing today? All right. So I'm wearing one of my very favorite shirts. You'll remember this one from season 2. Wore it all the time. This is my, shout out to all of my Goofy movie fans out there. This is my Powerline Standout World Tour shirt. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
The suspense off the charts.
Love this shirt. Actually, she got me this shirt.
I'm glad you still love it.
She's got a gift for finding the best shirts.
I pay attention.
You do.
I pay attention.
You do pay attention.
Yeah.
You're very good at it.
Thank you. I'm not as good at buying like exciting ones for myself, but I am today sporting because it is Endometriosis Awareness Month. I have my Endo Warrior shirt on today. So, 1 in 10 women endometriosis. If you're bored and you want to Google it, see what kind of fresh hell this disease is. Feel free, but just kind of raising awareness that not everybody shows all the time when they're sick and might be really, really super sick.
Honestly, never heard about it until
I was diagnosed with it. Yep. So
it's serious, and it's crazy. What gets me, sidebar, what gets me is the inactivity of medical professionals to admit when somebody is in pain.
yeah, I mean, this is an illness that typically just comes with pain on a regular basis, and it's often like a dull pain. Sometimes you can have it and not have pain though. But then there are times that it is so bad that you're like sweating and shaking and just trying to get through the flare up, and lots of swelling and inflammation. So Victus here makes sure that I have a really good diet so that I don't feel bad all the time. Well, you always like make sure that everything is cooked and ready for me though.
Yeah.
So, but there are lots of things I can't eat and lots of things I can't drink. And so just definitely check it out, because a lot of women have it, and it often takes up to 10 years to get a diagnosis, and a surgical diagnosis is like the best way at this point, because it often hides from different types of medical imaging. So
You had pain since you were 15?
yeah. And I was diagnosed surgically at age 33, and I've had 2 surgeries since 2023. So while all this alien stuff has been going on, I've been like fighting my own little aliens in here, I guess.
Endometriosis awareness. Look it up, folks. Don't be blind to what's really happening out there. It's really interesting. It actually really is. But you have the inability of a doctor to take action on something. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen you go to a doctor and they're not doing anything.
Yeah, and just a quick again sidebar situation. Like sometimes you go and you talk about it and they know you have it because they've seen the imaging, or maybe they've even done surgery on you and they say this is incurable, but I'm here with you and we're going to work through it together. And then you call back 6 months later to get a scan to see what's going on with your pain. And then you have to call every month to see because they're trying to like get you to, not come back. So it's just a really weird situation, but
I feel like there's not much science behind it. And I think because of that, a lot of medical professionals are hesitant to want to even have their, pardon the pun, but have their fingers in the pie.
yeah. And so because it took me almost 20 years to get diagnosed, mine became deep stage 4, deep infiltrating. And so there are a lot of doctors out there who just, quite frankly, will admit that they aren't qualified to even operate on me at this point because I have so much scar tissue and so much endometriosis in my organs. So it's just a wild thing. But this isn't about endometriosis, but that is my shirt. So, if you've got, women in your life that you care about, definitely look it up. Because if you know 10 women, you probably know at least one who has it. So.
True.
Yep.
Very true. Yeah. It's wild. It's just absolutely wild. We've been married for a while now. What's our number? What are we at?
This year we will have been married for, what is this, 2026? We'll be married for 5 years.
5 years. 5 years. And it seems like always in pain since we started dating. And yeah, it's just wild. It's absolutely wild. Anywho, those are our shirts for today.
Yours is like way more uplifting than mine. I feel like we should have like switched so that we could go off on a high note.
No, that's good. It's good. Endometriosis Awareness Month. Look it up. Support your fellow women. Well, all right, jerks. You guys ready to get into tonight's episode? I'm ready. I'm ready for you to hear this because I want to get a yes from you finally.
I can make no promise.
Jeez, let me get a yes. Let me get a win. Just let me get a win. That's all I want. So we are going to do a lot of jumping back and forth. We're gonna, not literally. No literal jumps. That's how people slip and fall. Gonna go through an act, and as the information comes up, we're gonna look at the evidence. Or do you want to just go through the acts and then see all the evidence at the end?
I feel like we need to look at the evidence as we go, maybe. That might be... will that mess you up?
No, I got it. I know what I'm doing. All right, then. Hope y'all are ready for this wild story. I know Blip knows this story, so I'm hoping some of the other people around here haven't heard this. And if you do know it, now you can hear a thorough investigation on the matter. And I hope I hope we get a win for the night. I really do. The goal for the night is to get a yes. Well, let's get into it. This is Season 3, Episode 10. The Beyond the Shadows podcast. This is the Las Vegas Backyard Alien Event. Act 1, everybody. Act 1. The Fireball over Nevada. So just before midnight, on April 30th, 2023, something lit up the sky over the American Southwest. At first it looked like a meteor, a bright green streak burning across the darkness. Witnesses from multiple states reported seeing it. Some described it as a fireball. Others said it looked more like a glowing object tearing through the atmosphere. The flash was bright enough that security cameras across Nevada and California captured it, leaving behind a trail of grainy footage that would soon start circulating online. But the most important camera happened to belong to a police officer. That night, an officer from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department was driving through a residential neighborhood while responding to an unrelated call. His body camera was already recording as he moved through the streets. Suddenly, a bright green object streaked across the sky overhead. The officer's body camera captured it clearly, a glowing streak tearing across the frame, lighting up the night sky for just a few seconds before disappearing beyond the horizon. At the time, it seemed like nothing more than an unusual but harmless sight. Fireballs like this aren't unheard of. Large meteors enter Earth's atmosphere fairly often, burning up as they fall. Most never reach the ground. They simply disintegrate in the upper atmosphere, leaving behind nothing but a flash of light and a trail of dust. But within hours, the event had already been logged by the American Meteor Society, which tracks meteor sightings reported by the public. Dozens of people across the region submitted reports that night describing a bright object moving west across the sky at a tremendous speed. Some witnesses said it looked green. Others described it as bluish white, trailing sparks behind it. From a scientific perspective, everything about the sighting pointed to a meteor entering the atmosphere at high velocity and burning up before reaching the ground. Case closed. Except that wasn't the end of the story. Because about 40 minutes later, something happened in a quiet Las Vegas neighborhood that would turn an ordinary meteor sighting into one of the strangest internet mysteries in recent history. We're going to pause there, because next is our 911 call. I told you we're going to go as the information comes up. We're going to look at the evidence. Do you want to see the body cam footage of the meteor?
Let's see it.
The meteor object?
Yeah, let's see it.
Let me cue it up. Want to make sure we don't have audio, because it is from a local news station. We can show the video, but we can't play the audio. Just give me 1 second. Make sure, yeah, it's muted. So this is a local Las Vegas news station. Check us out. This is the body cam footage, but on a local police station, or on a local news station. So what we're going to see is we've got 13 seconds of footage here. I edited it so we have a few, the footage as it plays normally, then we have one of it slowed down, and then it played normally again. So it's a looping video, but we're going to check this out. So here's this video. Check this thing out. And if you would, I want to start doing this because I keep forgetting that not everybody watches the video, because we do have listeners on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you would describe what you're seeing as you see it, This is important. This is important context for the people that don't actually have time to watch the video, but listen.
Okay, so we're starting with a man standing in front of his house, and it looks like it might be like a nice neighborhood, and it is very much body cam footage. I mean, it's a little grainy. Reminds me a little bit of like Cloverfield-esque, if you've ever seen that. So,
All right, I'm hitting play.
oh, something's coming out of the sky. It is a bright blue light. It is different from the street light. It almost looks like a butterfly wing kind of flopping in shape. It's like a triangle flopping around. And the guy turns around and looks at it. Guy points at it. And
So what's weird to me is it's like it's speeding because you see the tail and then it slows down.
yeah.
It loses the tail and then it gains the tail again.
Yeah, to me, it again, like it almost looks like it is a uranium butterfly wing, and it's just flopping around, just down onto the ground. Like you don't really see it hit the ground, but
I can see how people would call it green.
yeah,
I bet in person it was more green. We do, we're dealing with nighttime in a residential area. Lots of street lights. This is clearly not the street light.
yeah. I mean, there is a street light in this image, and it is very different from what is happening here. And if it were smaller, I can almost think that it was when you're looking at street lights. Sometimes there are little specks that you can see in the haze of the light, but
Yeah.
this is different.
Like the lens flare. So this is clearly... I've never seen a meteor make this type of color or this type of movement before.
I have never seen an actual meteor or a video of a meteor falling from the sky, so I cannot make a judgment call on that.
Okay.
So,
That being said, let's pull up a video of a meteor, an actual meteor. Oh, look, Los Angeles. That'll work. Oh, it's a dash cam. Wonderful. Look at that. Reddit for the win. Let's make sure. Oh. Well, that's really kind of anticlimactic. We'll show it anyway.
okay, so this is from obviously a dash cam. Somebody's driving down a giant highway at night.
All right.
And there is like I guess it almost looks like a falling star, but just kind of coming down out of the sky, and then it's gone.
Yeah. I will say, I hate to admit it, but we do lose the tail. The tail's there, then it's gone. Oh, well, he did pass an overhead sign, so maybe the sign cut off part of that.
This one is slightly different in color, but could just be because of where they are. And it is a little, I mean, it does look a little flat, though, And from the camera view, I realize it's likely not, but...
It definitely doesn't have the same characteristics as... It definitely doesn't have the same characteristics as what we saw in that video. Geez. We gotta deal with this stupid ad for just a second. YouTube.
This is an ad, no, I'm kidding.
This is a YouTube ad. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so this is like a Ring camera footage.
Yeah, let's just loop it at the beginning there.
And it almost looks again like a falling star. It looks a bit like a tail on the end of it. It is round with like the trailing light behind it coming down
Meteors are
behind the
different
houses.
colors based on what they're made of.
Right, because it's the elements burning. I've seen a number of, falling stars and meteors in my time, and I've never seen one that wasn't, like a white. But I suppose a green meteor isn't outside the question. Let's see if we can find one. Oh. Yeah, that looks more blue to me.
Okay, so another video. We've got somebody's dash cam. This one does look more blue.
Guess it could be
coming
green.
down from the sky. See all these people hitting their brakes.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a good idea.
But this is nowhere near as bright as the other one.
It does seem further away, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I guess they can be green. They can be different colors depending on what we're looking at. What's burning, you know, like if it's a heavy copper, anything with copper is going to burn green. It could be something as simple as that. But let me stretch this down. I want to look at this. Oh, look, we got 2 people on Kick watching. Hey, everybody on Kick, how's it going? All right. What is your opinion on the body cam footage, the first piece of evidence?
I think that it could be a meteor. I'm not convinced that's UFO yet.
Do we need to see it again?
Sure.
Let's look at it one more time. It's very bright. Like, look at the brightness around it is lighting up the sky around. That's wild.
The way it falls is so much. It's different than the others we just watched. It's almost like it falls over top of itself, right? Like my hand is moving. It's almost like
rolling?
it flips.
Yeah, it seems like it changes direction. Is it me? Does it feel like it changes direction? Like it seems like it starts off at a steeper angle down, then the tail goes away, and then it's... I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's very bright. Very, very bright. I can't get over how bright it is. That's the big thing for me. It seems unusual to be that bright. There is one very popular video, and I wanted to believe that it was real, but this girl just happens to be holding a phone down at her waist, up at herself, and then looks up, and then you see a meteor streak across the clouds. And then I'm like, oh, what wonderful timing, right? And the first time I saw it, I was like, this is definitely a meteor. You know, it's great. What, you know, perfect timing. Absolutely wonderful. And for those that don't know, the ceiling here in the studio is covered with fake clouds with lighting underneath. And I'm like, you know what? We could do that. It wouldn't be that hard. It seems like awfully convenient timing. And the more I look at the video, the more I'm like, you know, that's not a real meteor. It's not. But that's why we didn't show that video. I'm sure you saw the girl's face pop up. I was like, ooh, that would have been a good example. Because they generally have the long tails. But I'm pretty sure it's fake.
I mean, you do spend a lot of time and energy just trying to make sure that what we look at is not fake. But
I do.
even if you do try to mislead me with fake siren videos like last
Hey, that siren video was not fake. Those were real siren in the water. You're the one who didn't believe. I was the believer.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
I'm the believer. She's the skeptic. Anywho, let's get back into the script here because we're about to bust out another piece of evidence. So 40 minutes later, a call came in to 911. On the other end of the line was a young man who sounded genuinely shaken. His voice carried the kind of nervous energy that dispatchers hear when someone doesn't quite know how to explain what they're seeing. According to the caller, something had just crashed into his backyard. At first, that didn't seem possible. Occasionally, small fragments of meteors survive the fiery descent and reach the ground, but these pieces, known as meteorites, can sometimes land with enough force to leave a small impact mark. If the object had been seen in the sky, had been broken apart, it's conceivable that debris might have fallen somewhere outside the city. But the caller wasn't just reporting debris. He said there were creatures in the yard. According to the 911 recording, The caller told the dispatcher that he and his family had stepped outside after hearing a loud crash, and when they looked into the backyard, they claimed they saw two enormous figures moving in the darkness. The caller described them as tall, extremely tall, 8 feet, maybe 10. He told the dispatcher they had large eyes, strange bodies, they didn't look human, and at one point during the call, the dispatcher asked him to clarify what exactly he was seeing. His response was, "They're not human." I don't want to read the rest of this description. You want to hear the 911 call?
Yes.
Because we have that. We have that. We've got tons of evidence tonight. All right, so this is just audio. Be forewarned, this is it's mono audio, so it's for those of you wearing headphones, you're only going to hear it out of one headphone. It's not the best, but this is courtesy of Las Vegas Police Department from a FOIA request. It took 2 years to get all this data from the Las Vegas Police Department. You ready?
I'm so ready.
Here we go. Oh, wait. I need to turn the sounds off. Let me turn these spooky sounds off. And I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic so you can hear this clearly. I'm going to turn it up, folks, so be ready.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother, we're working on a truck in our backyard, and we have a big lot outside, right? Correct?
Okay.
We were working, and we just see in a corner of our eye something fall down from the sky, and it was with light, and when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually, we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
What?
Did you hear like micro audio in your right headphone?
Just like people talking in the background of him.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, did they record that whole phone call in like full dynamic stereo? Because it was like the people in the background were in my right ear, and the phone call was in my left ear. It was so weird.
Yeah, I could tell the split for sure.
All right, what are you thinking?
First reaction? Dispatchers don't get paid enough money.
They don't. We know they don't.
Money. Yeah, I mean, he sounds convincing for sure, but I also was like the first part. Okay, lady, like you just see it's like
okay, lady.
the way he said that was like, I'm about to say something, and I need you to just bear with me.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, can you imagine though, like, if I saw 8 to 10 foot tall creatures in our backyard. Now, granted, we don't have a very large backyard. They would have nowhere to land this spaceship in our yard. But if I saw this happening in our yard, that's not what I would sound like on the phone. So this guy, if he really did see this, he is cool.
He seems very nonchalant for aliens in the yard.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I am impressed at the ability to do that because I would be running and down the street away carrying Basil and Olive, you know, and maybe then when I got to, you know, the laundromat down the road or something, I would get in there and call and I'd be out of breath like, oh my God.
Well, before we get too far into that, I should say that they have a huge backyard. It's kind of implied a little bit through the phone call, but he says he was working on a truck and it landed up by the equipment. His family apparently owns like a construction business, and they have several large pieces of construction equipment in their gigantic backyard. You'll see later on, once you see their house, you'll be like, oh yeah, these guys weren't, they're not just your regular Joe Blow living in the hood. But on the flip side of that, we know that calling 911 and making a false report is a crime.
Of course, it doesn't stop people from doing.
No, you don't hear people making this phone call all the time. And I mean, outside of this, when's the last time you heard somebody call 911 about something landing in their backyard?
I mean, I don't really seek out calls, so
Okay.
but yeah.
Point proven. Let's just do it one more time. I just want to get it one more time.
The okay lady part.
Okay, lady. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay, what's going on over there?
Okay, lady. Me, my dad, and my brother, we're working on a truck in our backyard, and we have a big lot outside, right? Correct?
Okay.
We were working,
Yeah,
and
big
we
lot.
just see in a
You'll
corner
see
of our eye
later.
something fall down from the sky, and it was with light. And when it hit down, it was like a big impact, and we felt it. We felt like an energy, and then we hear like a lot of footsteps near us, and then we have a big equipment, and we see, and there's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we're terrified of it.
So there's two.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna. I mean, y'all ain't gonna be able to see this, but if you look right here, so the left channel is this left bar, and the right channel is the right bar. You can see the spikes in the audio with people in the background yelling. It's really weird. I've never noticed, because I've heard tons of police reports or tons of police calls, and I've never heard it record in dynamic stereo before. It's so weird. That's so weird. Let's finish this up.
People or two subjects that are in your backyard?
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're shiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Watch breaking news.
Watch breaking news. Yeah. All right. So that's twice we've heard it. I'll admit his demeanor is a little calm, but if something like this were to happen, I could keep my composure and call 911. Absolutely. And you know, I've dealt with a few emergencies in my lifetime where I've had to call 911 in a very dire straits emergency where I was the person that kept their composure, and I would take the phone from the person calling to deliver coherent information to the 911 dispatcher.
And the thing is, I can attest, even though I haven't seen you do that before, that your demeanor in life and in stressful situations is always so calm that you just kind of keep everybody around you calm. So I get that. And maybe his family knew that about him too.
You will see later in the videos that we have, more videos that we have later, he's probably the only English-speaking person in the family. So that's probably why he called. I'm assuming he didn't see, like maybe he felt something, didn't know what it was, and maybe his dad or somebody was outside in the yard. I'm assuming somebody else relayed the information to him, and then he made the phone call. That's why he wasn't exacerbating the situation. It's just It's my diagnosis of the situation. He says that he was in the yard, but maybe he just said that for the sake of the conversation. I don't know. I'm trying really hard here.
I will say, so far, for what it's worth, I would believe this one before I believe the ones in the mall in Florida.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're not going to believe the one in Florida. It was wild. We still don't know what happened there. All right. So let's move forward. Let's get some spooky sounds in here. So the caller insisted that whatever had landed in his yard had brought something with it. Two beings standing near a large object in the darkness, watching them. Now, anyone who has listened to emergency calls knows that people say all kinds of strange things in moments of panic. Dispatchers hear reports of ghosts, intruders, animals that turn out to be shadows, and noises that eventually trace back to nothing more than the wind or falling debris. But this call would soon get the attention of police, and within minutes, officers were on their way to investigate what had allegedly crashed into this Las Vegas backyard. And what they found there, when they arrived, would only make the story stranger. Dun, dun, dun. That was a lot to take in for Act 1. We don't usually inundate you with information like that, but this is kind of the bar that I'm wanting to set.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good and it's engaging.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot more evidence this time, I think, than you've had in previous ones.
That's supposed to mean.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking
So it's supposed to be a
now.
compliment.
Thank you. Oh, let's why do we still have sounds going? There we go. So yeah, that was just Act 1. Act 1.
That was Act 1. If you would like to keep them entertained for a moment, I need to step away, and I will be right back.
Okay. We're gonna break this thing down. Well, my lovely wife is doing what she needs to do. Oh, did you knock down some? I told you it was gonna happen. It's fine. Just set him over here. We'll get it taken care of. Clip that. Somebody clip that. We need clips. We don't have any clips of this podcast. I'm not going to admit how much time it took me to stack all those spools of thread inside that little container. But it was more than 15 minutes. It's my fault. I should have put it right there where she was going to be sitting. I should have put it up higher. Anywho, so Act 1, so we've seen a lot of information there. We've seen a lot of data. We don't usually have this much evidence from the beginning. We've looked at a 911 call with what I think is really convincing information. And then we also looked at body cam footage from, official body cam footage from Las Vegas Police Department. And this video is from a FOIA request. So we know that this officially came from Las Vegas Police Department. It's a lot. I know. And I know y'all are thinking it's just another night of hysterics in Las Vegas, right? Right. It's not. I think we're dealing with something legitimately paranormal here, because think of all the people that call into 911 and make these crazy calls, make these crazy claims that something's going on. How many of them are just, swept away and you never hear anything about them? There's something about this case that's created longevity and made it last in the internet life, out in the internet. There's something about this case, data aside, that's made this story stick with people. There she is, the thread spool knocker downer. It's fine. I'll move it. What? There's one over here. There's only a few, but they were all kind of precariously stacked in there. Don't bump it again because the rest of them are going to go.
I mean, it's possible. I still might do it because I do forget they're back there. It's like having a Jenga
I need to move
set up
them.
back there.
I need to move them up so you can move closer.
I'm just kind of notoriously clumsy. I mean, we probably should have figured that together.
Yeah,
We had too much faith in me.
I didn't think about it until after I spent all that time stacking those in there.
The worst part is they're beautiful, but I bump into things.
That was your grandmother's sewing kit, is that correct?
Yes, it was.
We had to include some of her personal things in the background. It was only fair, right? It was a sidebar. I know we've done like 5 or 6 of these already. Sidebar. We have. I've got a new item in the background, and y'all probably haven't seen it because my head's in the way. We brought it in last week. I didn't show it off, did I?
I don't think you did.
So everybody knows Funko Pops, right? And everybody knows I love Adventure Time. You've all seen the shirts that I wear. We stumbled across this guy at Walmart. Jake making bacon pancakes.
Bacon pancakes.
Making
bacon pancakes.
Stick some bacon in it, put it in a pancake. Yeah, that was
Oh, yay.
Worlds. Hey, buddy. Hey, I saw your comments earlier. I tried to
Also, hi, guys.
respond to you earlier. I don't know if you got the message or not. Thanks for commenting on the video. I was testing out some streaming stuff, and I just left the stream running for like 15 hours. I appreciate you commenting.
Yep, I saw it.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, so there's an hour difference now. Daylight savings kicked in today. So we've actually been streaming for an hour already.
I lost my yoga time this morning. We lost time to do a bunch of other stuff today just because we kind of didn't sleep great last night knowing that the time was changing.
Yeah, time change hit. Oh, Poke Your Eyes Out's here. Hey, Poke, everybody.
Love your work.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, who is this? RamC4U on YouTube. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. We're doing our best here. I love it when the YouTube watchers come in and comment because so few comment on the videos when we're live. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Thanks. Let's get a round of applause for Cram. That's a nice boost to the confidence after we had some very unpleasant comments in the YouTube section this last week, and seeing somebody from YouTube saying that they love my work really gives me the boost I needed. I appreciate that. Yeah, you rock. Thanks for being here. All right, jerks. Well, so we covered Act 1, and in Act 1 we covered the 911 call. We covered the first. Just the first. There's another body cam footage from a police officer where we saw an object falling from the sky. So here in Act 2, we're going to break down the 911 call. And I really think that's about it. But we're gonna do a deep dive into the 911 call and pick it apart and see what we can really pull out of it. Because there was a lot. We may listen to it before the end of Act 2. But we do what we can. Hold, please. Sorry. Anywho, let's get into Act 2, everybody. Act 2, the 911 call. In honor of Poke Your Eyes Out, we're going to blast his sweet track that he made for us. The call came just before midnight. On the recording, the caller sounds nervous, speaking quickly as he tries to explain what just happened behind his house. Dispatchers are trained to filter out panic and get straight to the facts, but this call doesn't sound like someone playing a joke. The voice on the other end is shaky, uncertain, like someone trying to describe something they've never expected to see. The dispatcher asks the first obvious question: what exactly happened? The caller explains that he and his family were outside when they had heard...
Music is a little loud.
Oh, is it? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm playing with audio levels those last few days. Trying new microphones. I have a whole bunch of microphones just laying around, and some of them need to be, you know, like I've got a shotgun mic here I've been playing with. Some of them need to be hooked into the mixer, which is where the iPad's connected to. And so some inputs are better than others on the mixer. I'm sorry. Is the audio level straight now? Does it sound okay? That's all I need to know. I did say we were going to blast his music.
No need to apologize.
Well, all right. The caller explains that he and his family were outside when they heard something crash in their backyard. A loud impact, and not an explosion, not a thud from something small, something heavier. Naturally, the dispatcher asks if someone might have jumped the fence or if there's an intruder on the property, which we didn't hear that part of the call. There's a full version of the call, which is like 10 or 12 minutes long, but it's a lot of repeating the same thing. I clipped it out for, you know, the sake of brevity. And that's when the caller says something strange. He tells the dispatcher that whatever is in the yard isn't human. There's a brief pause on the line. The dispatcher asks him to clarify what he means. The caller tries again. He says there's two beings standing in the backyard, near something that just fell out of the sky. He describes them as extremely tall, maybe 8 feet tall, maybe even 10. He says their eyes are large and bright, and that their bodies look strange, almost unnatural in the darkness. And at one point he says they're looking at them, watching the family from the other side of the yard. The dispatcher asks if the creatures are threatening anyone. The caller says no, but he sounds terrified. The tone of the call isn't aggressive or dramatic. If anything, it's confused. The caller keeps repeating that he doesn't know what they are, only that they're definitely not human. For the dispatcher, this puts the call in the difficult category. Emergency operators hear all kinds of strange reports. Animals mistaken for intruders, neighbors misidentified in the dark, even occasional prank calls. But the caller is consistent and the timing of the report is unusual. Because just under an hour earlier, that fireball had streaked across the sky over Nevada. And that the dispatcher eventually sends officers to the address to investigate. At the very least, something may have crashed into the yard. If the debris from the meteor had reached the ground, police would want to make sure that nobody was injured. While officers were on the way, the caller continued describing what he was seeing. He said the beings were very large, moving slowly around something on the ground. At one point, he says he can't get a clear look at their faces because it's too dark, but he keeps coming back to the same detail. The eyes, big, shiny, reflecting the light. The dispatcher asks whether the family feels safe staying inside the house. The caller says yes, but they're watching the backyard carefully. And then something interesting happens. The caller mentions that they had already tried to record what was happening. According to him, one of the family members had pulled out a phone and attempted to film the creatures moving near the object in the yard. At the time, the dispatchers didn't know whether that footage would show anything useful. In many cases like this, video recordings in the dark turn out to be too grainy to reveal much of anything. But if the caller was telling the truth, there might soon be video evidence of whatever had landed behind the house. Meanwhile, police were already heading toward the neighborhood. And before the night was over, the story would spread far beyond that backyard, and eventually reaching millions of people online, all trying to answer the same question. Did something actually land in Las Vegas that night? Or had a meteor, a dark backyard, and a frightened family combined to create one of the strangest viral mysteries of the modern internet? Let's stop the heartbeat. So we've come to the part of this investigation where I'm going to show you the video that he said his family tried to shoot of the creatures in the backyard. But before we do that, I got to use the bathroom. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. You know, I'll be drinking these beers. Don't go anywhere, because when we get back, we're going to watch the footage that they shot before the police officer showed up. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. The lake fall away beneath him. The air felt thick like syrup. Inside the ship, Jack described the same metallic chamber, but his experience focused on one being that stood out taller than the rest, darker in complexion, with more defined ridges along its head. Jack referred to this one as the leader. Quote, "It looked at me, not like the others. It judged me." This being placed its fingers long and jointless on Jack's temples, and immediately Jack felt as though his entire life was being downloaded. Childhood memories, thoughts, secrets. He was naked in more than body. Quote, "I kept hearing this phrase, 'You are not complete, you are not ready.'" Jack began hyperventilating under aggression. The session had to be paused. He emerged shaking and crying, repeated, they're real, they're still here. "It's over us. It's above us again." His voice dropped to a whisper. He described the beam of light as solid and cold, wrapping around their canoe like a tunnel. Quote, "I can't move my arms, my hands, my legs won't work. I could see the others, they're frozen." In the hypnotic trance, Jim saw himself rising from the canoe, though no one was touching him. The beam lifted him effortlessly, weightless, into the air. The light wasn't binding, it was clinical, like a hospital. And then came the craft. I got film in it right now. Years ago, I got film for the Argus, and oh shit, I didn't know I'd film in this. Can't see it. What number frame is it on? Oh, okay. So we're in picture number 6 of, I think it's a roll of 10. Oh goodness. Yeah, I would love to take a picture in here, but I know it's just not gonna come out because it's so dark. But I will develop this film one day, and when I do, I will show it on the podcast. Yeah, really cool camera. If you ever get a chance to pick up an Argus, you can get film made, and it's cheap. It's like $20 a roll, and it costs just as much to develop it. Cool little camera. I love it. I could do a whole podcast talking about cameras. I really could. This theory has gained serious attention from scientists and philosophers, not because it's comforting, but because it solves certain problems in physics and cosmology. In a simulated reality, resources matter, efficiency matters, simplification matters. Some Mandela effect believers argue that changes like simplified logos, cleaner phrasing, or streamlined geography are evidence of optimization. The simulation updates itself, corrects inconsistencies, or patches errors. We've returned. We came back. We went to the store for milk, and we actually returned.
What?
That's right. That's right. Thanks, everybody, for being patient. I know it's a lot. We are, I guess I'm as close as it gets to middle-aged, right?
I think we both are, and we also are like on the other side of the house from our one bathroom.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we are. The bathroom is one floor down and the opposite side of the house from where we're actually sitting right now. So it takes a minute. So if we ever get rich off of being podcasters, which is very unlikely, right? We would definitely install a bathroom upstairs so we could attenuate this issue. Sorry about that, folks.
And, pretty soon we're going to have to start thinking about a one-floor home because I don't know how
Yeah.
long these muscles are going to climb those stairs.
I mean, you
so-
see me hobble around.
Goodness.
I have a very, very physically intensive job, and it's taking its toll. All right. Let me cue this up. Don't look. Don't be cheating. Don't be looking over here. All right. You can look now. That's fine. I paused it. Okay. So I said we were going to watch this footage. So Act 3 is about the backyard footage. Do you want to go into Act 3 a little bit before we go into the footage?
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be good just to get like an idea of what we're looking at.
Okay, so it did take me a minute to build this timeline. There was no clear timeline between the pieces of evidence and, the script and the storyline and how things unfolded. First time I saw this footage, I assumed that it was the blank spot in the body cam footage, which is the weird thing we talked about at the beginning of the episode was I actually showed part of the body cam footage from the second event to Hazel yesterday. And there's this really weird thing that when the cop shows up at their house, after a few minutes of interacting with them, it's like somebody drags a black box and leaves it over the body cam footage. So there's like 3/4 of the video that's actually, I guess, technically redacted. I'm assuming they went into the people's backyard and they didn't want to show, the backyard, privacy and all that. Because the point of body cam footage is to show police activity, right? Not, people's houses and their yards. It did take me a little bit of time to ascertain that, but it was weird, because there was other parts of that video where they have the garage open and the garage is just blurred. So, like, why blur part of the footage, but then completely black out the rest of it? And it seems weird, especially for a FOIA request.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You getting on the tinfoil hat train yet?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe.
I'm slowly planting the seeds. My plan was actually to make a tinfoil hat for tonight because this case is so wild. It's not as easy as you think, folks. It's really not. Go and make you a tinfoil hat, and I want to see pictures of it in the Instagram or the Facebook page. Y'all know where the links are. QR code's been here the whole time. If you post a picture on any of the socials wearing a tinfoil hat, I will give you a shout out next week. I give you my word. Yeah, I give you my word. That being
I
said,
don't have any tinfoil.
oh well, you can't just wear a regular hat. That's like calling this my tinfoil hat. That doesn't work.
That's kind of fair, though, because if you don't have any use for tinfoil, then, I can understand.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's really important to you, you go to the store and buy some. No, don't go wasting money against me.
No, but it is kind of funny because I would kind of imagine that a lot of people we hang out with would have tinfoil for the purpose of the hat.
I think it's the only reason we bought our tinfoil because we don't really bake stuff in the oven, right?
We could send off pieces of tinfoil to people and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can make the hat.
Yeah, that's a
Can you
Patreon
imagine?
exclusive.
I'm sure we'd get flagged by USPS after the first thing. Why
Something
are they
strange and
sending
metallic in this
tinfoil?
object. Yeah, it used to be a big thing back in season 1 when I'd bust out the tinfoil hat. And then, of course, I still had the cat ears. I lost one of them. That's why I quit using them. It's in here somewhere. Y'all don't see it, but I have shit everywhere. I have shit everywhere. One of the cat ears is somewhere here or there. Maybe in the other room. I don't know. And then the other one is over here. So, yeah.
They're on their own journeys.
Yeah,
That's really what it is.
they're out exploring the universe. But if you've got your tinfoil hats, I hope you all got them ready for tonight because this is about to get wild. Let's dive off into Act 3 a little bit. And then when I feel like I think the story needs to see the video, I think it's appropriate to go ahead and break it out. I think it, dramatically speaking, it would be better to describe the video and then show it, right?
I think that's probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, because there is... So we do also have a bunch of... what do we got? 1, 2, 3... I've got three Reddit clips, breakdowns of this video where people are picking out aliens. And it's... yeah. At first I was like, it's some bullshit. But then once I started looking at the evidence as a whole, it started to make a lot more sense. So let's dive off into Act 3. And when the spirit moves me, we will, when the spirit moves me, we will jump off into this video and show you what the actual footage is. All right, let's get into Act 3, everybody. So this is Act 3, everybody. Act 3, the backyard footage. By the time police were already on their way to the house, the family had started doing what almost anyone would do in the same situation. They tried to record it. According to the caller, someone in the family grabbed the phone and began filming in the backyard. At the time, they weren't thinking about internet fame or viral videos. They were just trying to document whatever had crashed behind their home. Because from their perspective, something had definitely fallen out of the sky. And later, that footage would begin circulating online. And at first glance, the video doesn't look like much. It's dark. The camera shakes slightly as the person filming walks towards the backyard gate. The lighting is poor, and most of the scene is swallowed by shadow. The yard itself appears cluttered. Construction equipment, tools, fencing, and other objects scattered around the property. But then something happens that caught the attention of thousands of people on the internet. Near the back of the yard, behind a piece of equipment, something appears to move. It's subtle, easy to miss if you aren't looking closely. A shape shifts in the darkness, partially hidden by what looks like a forklift or some kind of machinery. It's a backhoe. I know my equipment. It's a backhoe. The equipment the movement lasts only a second or two before disappearing again behind the equipment. For some viewers, that was enough. And within days, people online began dissecting the footage frame by frame. The video was uploaded to multiple platforms and quickly gained traction as viewers tried to identify what exactly could be seen moving in the shadows. Some claim... Wait. Should I just go ahead and show the original?
Reading that next line, I think maybe you should.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make a note here. Here we go. That's where we stopped. Are y'all ready? I hope there's people watching tonight that are fluent in Spanish, because this entire video is in Spanish. I don't know enough Spanish. I tried to use like an AI tool to translate it. I do have a little bit of a translation. We'll read it after we go through this video one time.
So for this one, do you want us to just watch it all the way through, and then the second time we watch it, I can talk about what we're seeing for the people? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome to live react. I would love to hear some gasps over there. But we're going to run through it one time, just the video, and then we're going to do it a second time with Hazel narrating. And then I'm going to start pointing shit out. All right? I hope y'all ready. Hope y'all are ready. So this is the video. I'm sure y'all have seen, if y'all are like me, you've at least seen this video once. Hazel doesn't know what to talk about. She has no clue.
This will be my first time seeing this.
Okay. All right. Good. So that means a lot of the little details that you won't notice won't stick out to you. You ready? Let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's kill these sounds. I'm going to go ahead and turn this audio on. Yep, audio is on. And again, it is all in Spanish. So if those of you watching know Spanish or you're fluent in Spanish, feel free to comment. I do have some minor translations we'll get through after Hazel does her description. So this is after the 911 call.
Jórame que cantis París le gallengue a la chorsi, jora y todo. Sosi. ¡Ay! ¡Permisor! Calmundarela, me canciles eso. Kailo, cherro, que chute. Kailo, cherro. Kailo. Uy, chetar. Chidikau. Agladel, varón. Chidikau. Varón cayó, si le unía caca bare, Agladel. Kai, cherro. Adelo, diles. Firmisale, sale. Pero charilo que te camiona, Agladelo. Kai, firmisar, te sale. Agladel te jugó. Firmisar, porque no me cherro, que calmundarela me. Diles, eso lo son viendo para acá. Kai. Ande el camión, lo conchadica del camión. El segundo, de izquierda para acá, de cables. Kai, cherro, chidikau, Agladel. Agladel, concha, costelo, concha, chisitilo. Kai, forklift o camión. Yo tomo muy. Castelo, pegachari, palalo, que te acordó con la. Palalo, dile que a casa de Lombrindi. Bien luchado, o sea, pegachari, se adolo. ¿Qué dicaba, Agladel? Vaya, me dígale completico. Oye, de cables. Kai. Costelo, de que acá, dile que acá callale, hay muy pelón, sí, pelón, varón, pelón. Ya, echalo. Echalo usted a dos, dijeron de. Concha, que la de que chuca jabón.
All right. That was one time through. It doesn't seem like much. But just wait when I start pointing things out. I'm gonna mute this and go ahead and describe what you're seeing. You get bored, just tell me and we'll move on.
Okay. So we've got these men just pointing at their backyard where there's a truck and a backhoe back there, and they all have their guns on their hips. One guy starts to draw his gun and they're walking back there, and first two walk in the fence line, and the last one starts to like put his gun away, but then he takes it back out and they all run back out really fast because we've seen something. But when I say we, I mean they've seen something, but we have not. And now we're just kind of waiting. They close the gate, although I'm not really sure what all that gate's going to do if we're dealing with them being very big. And then I believe it's a woman with a camera, maybe, but yeah. She walks up to the gate, and we're looking. There's a man, and he opens the gate just a little bit for her to be able to stick the camera through. And the camera is focused on the truck, and the backhoe is behind it. There are multiple vehicles parked out here. It looks like there's another building back there too, and a camper. She zooms in, and basically we're just kind of staring at the backhoe. There looks like there's just some vague movement behind the backhoe, but just to be clear, it looks like there's also a tree back there. And just a couple of little kind of, I'm going to call them shiny bits back there that when they move around a little bit, little pieces of light, right? And that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, we're back to the beginning. All right. So, I saw your eyes lighten a little bit. Please be open to my evidence. So yes, for those of you paying attention, every single one of these people are strapped. And, you know, I used to own a Pew Pew years back, and I only busted out when I was scared. Because, I mean, that's the thing, is dudes that own guns are confident, right? And when you're
ideally.
Right. So So when you're not confident, you bring out the one thing that makes you confident again. Every single one of these people, like I'm assuming is the father figure in the family here. He's got a side piece, and if you watch this video from the beginning, he reaches forward a few times. The guy directly in front of the woman shooting the video, he's holding his piece. He is not ashamed about it. I mean, yeah, dude, he's actually kind of handling it a little carelessly. Dude's got it in his hands right there.
And the funny part is he goes to put it away, and then all of a sudden when they start moving, he's like, absolutely not. This is not the time to
Yeah,
put
you
it
can
away.
see he goes to put it in his pocket, and then they're like, oh, no, back up. And then he pulls it back out before even making it up. He puts it in his pocket. Shame on him. Don't ever put your weapon in your pocket, folks. Give me a second. I'm going to scroll down here. We do have some vague translations according to some of our software we use for translation. So some of the loose translation says, do you see it? It's back there. Another person says, look, there it is. Somebody else says, don't go closer. Someone says, are you seeing it? It's behind the machine. And then later someone says something like, it's moving, there. So I'm assuming that's the point where they're zooming in to the backhoe. All right. A lot of, scuffling and movement. There's a lot going on right here. And this is where Reddit did their job. All right, folks, get ready, because you thought we were in tinfoil hat territory already. No, we're about to get into it. Because this stuff's about to get twisted. It's about to get sideways, and you're going to be blown away by some of the details that people on Reddit have pulled out of nowhere.
What are we supposed to be seeing?
All right, good question. Valid question.
I have that same question. I'm very excited to hear about.
It's a very valid question. So let's get back into the act. So some claim that the footage shows a large head peering over the fence line with two dark eye sockets visible in grainy image. Others pointed to another moment where something tall seemed to shift behind the equipment, which you said that you saw movement behind the equipment.
I did, but I believe it's the tree.
Not a tree. It's an alien. Others pointed to movement, something tall seemed to be shifting behind the equipment, a shape that appeared too large to be a person crouching in the yard. Enhancement videos began appearing almost immediately. People adjusted the brightness, zoomed into the shadows, and applied digital filters in an attempt to reveal hidden details in several of these enhanced clips. Viewers claimed they could see what looked like a tall figure with disproportionately large head standing partially obscured by the machinery. Others said they could make out two figures, not just one, but not everyone agreed.
Me and Worlds. Me and Worlds.
Skeptics quickly pushed back, arguing that the footage didn't show anything unusual at all. According to them, the shapes people were identifying as creatures were nothing more than shadows cast by the equipment in the yard. The human brain is extremely good at finding patterns in the darkness, especially faces. Pareidolia. We've talked about this many, many times in the podcast. Yeah, confusion gets it. A phenomenon known as pareidolia. It's the same reason people sometimes see faces in clouds or figures in shadows in the darkness. When an image is unclear, the brain fills in the missing information. And in the dark, a cluttered backyard with poor lighting and a shaky camera, there was plenty of misinformation. But still, the debate didn't die down. Because while skeptics continued to focus on the visual ambiguity of the footage, others pointed out something else entirely: the timing. The meteor seen earlier that night had been confirmed by dozens of witnesses across Nevada and California. A police body camera had captured it streaking across the sky. Security cameras across the region recorded the same bright flash, and less than an hour later, a family was claiming something had crashed into their yard. For believers, coincidence felt too strong to ignore. Online investigators began trying to reconstruct the timeline. They compared the direction of the meteor's path with the location of the house. Some suggested that fragments of whatever had entered the atmosphere might have broken apart and fallen over the city. Others argued that what people saw in the sky might not have been a meteor at all. Instead, it suggested something else entirely, something that might have entered the atmosphere intentionally. And as the footage continued to circulate online, it began attracting attention from larger media outlets. News stations started covering the story. UFO researchers began analyzing the video. Even professional visual effects artists weighed in, debating whether the shapes seen in the yard could realistically be explained by lighting and shadows. Meanwhile, the family who made the 911 call to insist what they saw was real. They claimed the video didn't fully capture what they witnessed that night. According to them, the beings in that yard were much clearer in person than anything appeared on camera. And they weren't the only ones who felt uneasy about the situation. Because when police finally arrived at the property that night, their reaction suggested that they weren't entirely sure what they were walking into either.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I'm still not sure what they were walking into.
So, are you? So they used to be my. So back when it was just me and Blip, that's like mid-season 2, back when Aeon had to bail. Back when it was just me and Blip, so was my trigger word where I would drink every time I said so to try to keep me from stop saying so. Not gonna drink because I don't do it that often. Well, you know what? Maybe I will.
For old time's sake.
Blip's here. I gotta do it. We do have breakdowns.
There's nothing wrong with so.
Right. Yeah. It was. So it's. You see what I mean? It's a drinking game at this point. Every time I say so.
Sometimes when I do it, because I do it as well, he'll say a needle pulling thread.
Right.
Which is kind of funny because I knocked over the thread tonight.
Right.
Kind of perfect.
See how that works?
Yeah.
Continuity. So was my my filler word instead of I did my best to not have unsure sounds when I wanted to convey a story.
But you know what? I have thoughts about that as well that are kind of, I have a position that's probably very unpopular regarding filler words. And that is, I mean, I get it. When people use them a lot, it can become very obvious and difficult to focus on the message. But occasionally, I think that they're great transitions. And I think even as a former English major that, yeah, I know, that, see, I just did it, that if we focus so much on filler words and trying to get people to stop from saying them, what that does is almost take away from the credibility of that person. And you are a fantastic orator, and you shouldn't let that take away from your platform. And I think that's true for a lot of people.
Stop course, he was getting too drunk.
It's only been 2 beers.
Yeah, that makes
2
sense.
beers, 2.5. All right, they're strong.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Well, if you go back to like mid-season 1, no, closer towards the end of season 1, when Aeon had to peel away, I didn't know what to do when it came time to me to have a conversation with somebody about what was happening. I wasn't so good at talking to the camera, so I would use. So, and then I'd go into the next thing, and Blip will know that back then I said it all the time. It was like every fifth or sixth word was so, because I didn't know how to transition in, that in making myself take a drink every time I said so made me focus on adding the filler word, because I was legitimately using a filler word for the reason. You know, I didn't know what to do, and I learned. I've adapted. So if you go back to season 1 compared to what we are now in season 3, not at all like, you know, production wise, you know, how the show sounds, and in part it's to thanks my mini drinking game, and it may or may not have been, you know, enticing somebody else to just take a drink every time I said so. Anybody else? Is it just me?
It might just be you. I can
It
help
might
you
just be
get
me.
back to the other room later. If
Yeah,
we
it
need
might
to
just be
do-
me. So that one doesn't count. All right, that one doesn't count. All right, so we have a lot of evidence to look at now.
Okay, I'm gonna do it too. Okay, so,
So
so
take a drink.
I really need you to go back through that video and kind of point out to me exactly what it is we are talking about with the movement and what people think, what people are saying, because I just don't see it. I mean, all I see is, you know, maybe some light breeze and things.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that.
So
Do you
I need
have
help.
enhanced ones?
We do. We have a few. So this one, I had to go back and watch it like 6 or 7 times. Don't be cheating. Don't be looking at my screen over here.
I'm not. I'm trying to read the comments,
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm old and I can't see the.
Okay, here, let me do this.
What is? I'm gonna point to it, and you tell me what. I need you to tell me what it is.
Oh, that's somebody's emote. So close.
Oh, okay, okay, I get it.
Go ahead and pop that so close again, Worlds. We can see it dance across the screen in fits of joy.
I think I need to ask the doctor if I need to get glasses this week when I go.
Nothing wrong with wearing glasses. Yeah, there you go. Wonderful.
I like that one.
So much better. Yeah. All right. So Reddit. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. So Reddit did a no, Abby, no. Is that a play on ASDF? The no llama, no? I could teach a llama to drive. No, llama, no! I'm certain it is. I know it is. I know it is. I'm just waiting for confusion to say it. I know it is. It's got to be.
It's a reference to the pink windmill with Rod and Emu.
Oh, I was wrong.
Guy wore an emu on his arm.
So now we need to show you the no llama no thing. No, if it's within a few, just a few seconds, we should be okay. We should be okay.
Yes, please.
There we go. 9 seconds. There we go. We can work with this.
Ha ha! They said I could never teach a llama to drive. No, llama, no! Ha ha!
If you've never fallen down this rabbit hole of ASDF videos, now is the time, because the more you watch them, the funnier that will be.
Ha ha.
I'll give it to you one more time.
Ah, they said I could never teach a llama to drive. No, llama, no! Ha ha!
Yeah, it's great. It really is great. We have watched so many ASDF videos. Ah, geez. Back when I first met you.
So that was sort of my gift to the relationship, and I guess you stuck with me. So
To be fair, it might be a cross-reference.
It might be. It might be.
I'll have to ask Flip.
Yeah, I would love to know. I'm sure it is. It's got to be. It's got to be. All right. So let's dig into the Reddit findings. So these people have gone frame by frame, pixel by pixel to show us what was really in the background. I want to pull up the original video one more time. I'm going to wait and see if you see it. There it was. Did you see it?
Does it have something to do with like the lights, the movement of the lights back there?
No.
In the back?
It's closer than you'd think. So, I know the word. One of the prevailing theories with this case is we're dealing with extraterrestrials with cloaking.
I can't see shit.
Right. But we're dealing with extraterrestrials with cloaking devices.
Sorry, boss, I need the big red arrows to help.
Yeah, right? Yeah. If you get on Reddit, that's a common comment is, can we get a big yellow circle and some red arrows? Because I don't know what the hell I'm looking for. So I want you to look right above the fence, right here, and you're going to see these trees here are going to get blurry, abnormally blurry, for just a fraction of a second. You ready? Watch up here. See it?
I saw the blur.
All right. Let's I don't want to, I'm going to give you all my cards away. Wait yet. Nope, not that one. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't able to re-find. Wait, right before we started, I had a problem with getting videos and pictures to pull up. So let me see if I can pixel click this thing. So look here. Clear trees. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. So everybody can see. Up here, right above the fence, clear trees. And as we move forward in the video, do you see it?
I mean, again, I see the blur, but
All right.
okay.
You see it.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the defining feature about this. It's clearly behind the fence, not in front. So if it was video artifacting, it would cover the whole right side. You with me?
I
So-
think it's end to frame by frame in VLC.
So in order to get, if this were artifacting, you would get artifacting all the way down the right side. One of the prevailing theories is, you see it now? It steps into frame. So look, not there, partially there, all the way into frame. And then they back away.
But they aren't looking in that direction.
Exactly. Let me take you back. Let me take you all the way back to... Hold on. Hold on. Hold, please. This is gonna... It's gonna click here in just a second. Let me take you back to 1993. Everybody has seen the movie Jurassic Park. Do you remember when the park ranger guy is posted up on the log aiming at the raptor and the one comes at him from the side? Clever girl. You remember? This is standard predatory reactions. Lions do this. Hyenas do this. Cheetahs, well, some cheetahs. Any predatory animal that does pack hunting does this. They draw your attention from the front, but they attack from the side. It is ingrained in our nature all the way back to 15,000 BC when cavemen were hunting mammoth but competing with saber-toothed tigers. Because saber-toothed tigers did the same thing. They would make themselves visible from the front, but they would attack from the side. And that's why that information was in Jurassic Park, because it is standard predatory practices. Here, clearly, their attention is drawn to the front, but something is coming from the side. See? Not more than one frame. It's not there. Partially there. It's there. There isn't much in the world I know about, but I know about artifacting. I know about video and photo manipulation. This is my strong suit. You cannot convince me otherwise. This is not for video manipulation.
I don't think it is. I just don't know that I believe it's aliens yet, but it's definitely a blur.
It's a blur. But, I mean, cameras do funny things in low light. So, I'm sure a lot of you noticed, every now and again we get crazy artifacting that covers our whole camera because we're recording in low light. This is an expensive $300 camera. You know, probably a $200-$300 phone. In low light, you would expect artifacting. You would expect kind of the same effect. But it covers the whole frame. This doesn't. This is clearly behind the fence. Clearly behind the fence. This is just point one. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. I was really glad that I was able to find that frame. So, geez, I've got to use the bathroom. I got to use the bathroom again. Before we get into this next piece, let me use the bathroom right quick. I'm sorry. I'm 3 beers deep. All right.
This is why we have no good photos. Aliens are naturally blurry.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started. I'm going to use the bathroom right quick. And then we're going to come back and break down the rest of this. I promise. Hold on. Because we've got more evidence. More evidence. And I'm actually going to show it to you when we get back. Hold, folks. The lake fall away beneath him. The air felt thick like syrup. Inside the ship, Jack described the same metallic chamber, but his experience focused on one being that stood out taller than the rest, darker in complexion, with more defined ridges along its head. Jack referred to this one as the leader. Quote, "It looked at me, not like the others. It judged me." This being placed its fingers long and jointless on Jack's temples, and immediately Jack felt as though his entire life was being downloaded. Childhood memories, thoughts, secrets. He was naked in more than body. Quote, "I kept hearing this phrase, 'You are not complete, you are not ready.'" Jack began hyperventilating under aggression. The session had to be paused. He emerged shaking and crying, repeated, they're real, they're still here. "It's over us. It's above us again." His voice dropped to a whisper. He described the beam of light as solid and cold, wrapping around their canoe like a tunnel. Quote, I can't move my arms, my hands, my legs won't work. I could see the others, they're frozen. In the hypnotic trance, Jim saw himself rising from the canoe, though no one was touching him. The beam lifted him effortlessly, weightless, into the air. The light wasn't binding, it was clinical, like a hospital. And then came the craft. I got film in it right now. Years ago, I got film for the Argus, and oh shit, I didn't know I'd film in this. I can't see it. What number frame is it on? Oh, okay. So we're in picture number 6 of, I think it's a roll. We just got bought it, folks. Oh my gosh. Of course they struck while I was at the bathroom. Oh, Automod held a message for reason. Spark detection. Yeah, way to go, Twitch. Autobotting. Yes. I didn't have to deny somebody. Way to go. Excellent. You guys didn't even see the message, did you? Best viewers. All right.
Nope.
Sweet. Yeah, way to go, Twitch. That was really great. It said
Technology.
Technology
Oblivious from our end.
Technology. Yeah, it showed up as soon as I sat down and I saw it. It said beta automod, and it was cheap viewers, blah 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 blah. And I clicked deny. Nice. I hope I never have to freaking ban somebody again. That's ridiculous. Any hoots. All right. My tanks are empty. Are you guys ready? Before I show you this, I need to look up a term. Because I want to make sure I use the right words. Hapitium lucidium. Tapetum lucidium. It is the Latin term for the reflective light you see in nocturnal creatures that can see in the dark. So we've all like seen, shine a spotlight off into the woods in the middle of the night and you see a deer standing there. You see the outline of the deer, but you see the clear reflection of the retina bouncing the light back. That's how they see in the darkness. What they do is their retina and the cones in their eyes are shaped differently from humans, whereas our eyes will get wider to bring in more light. Theirs reflect light so they can see in the darkness. So even if there's minimal darkness from the light or from the moon, from the stars, whatever's available, they reflect that light and they're able to see in the darkness. So it's a thing. It's called tapetum lucidium. All right? So when it comes to tapetum lucidium, it's predominant in nocturnal creatures. Occasionally you'll get the effect with humans with flash photography because the light bounces off their cornea. And that's why we see a lot of those creepy photos from like the 80s where people's eyes are red. Flash photography was very harsh, very violent. Obviously you're going to have some weird reflection because your eyeball is a giant reflector. It's a mirror. Because technically what you're seeing is upside down, but your brain reorients it.
Can you imagine the photos of me from childhood? There are many, by the way, because I grew up in the 90s where that happened to me. And I've got this long red hair and then the red eyes on top of that. It's pretty insane.
You got some? Let's see them.
I don't have them here, but
Oh,
I
boo.
will bring them in another time.
All right. Well, let me. No, I don't have any. All of mine were taken during the day, but you'll have seen it surely. Uh, we've all seen photos of nocturnal creatures. You know, you take a photo of something nocturnal in the darkness, and you see their eyes. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Y'all don't know it, but I have a fan blowing down straight on top of me because I run hot. To herald back to, let me see if I can find a picture of it right quick. Season 1, where we talked about I'm drawing a blank. Well, what was his name? What's the Bigfoot thing in Florida? Um, um, Skunk Ape.
Yowie.
There we go. That's the photo I'm looking for. Reddit again for the win. So this is heralding back to season 1, where Aeon and I both agreed that the skunk ape was real, based on this of being one of several nocturnal photos taken of the skunk ape. Because this effect cannot be duplicated by human means. Humans do not create this effect at night. In a lit room, human eyes will make this effect. But in the darkness, only nocturnal animals create this effect. And this was the crux of the skunk ape investigation.
So Aeon said this is real.
Yes. Yes, the big skeptic said this was real. Because this is one of like 7 photos from the skunk ape investigation. Because this cannot be recreated in nature. Sure, you could do the rest of it, but you couldn't do the reflection in the eyes effectively. All right. Plus, this photo was taken in the 90s, way before photo and video manipulation was a thing.
If it weren't for the teeth, this looks like something I'd want to pet.
This was a really big case. You should, if for those interested, go back to season 1 and listen to the skunk ape episode. It was great. It was great. Lots of really enticing footage. All right. So that being said, I used the S word. All right. There is a select number of frames in that original footage where we see, what's it called again? Hold on. Let me get the word right. Tapetum lucidum. The reflection of nocturnal eyes bouncing light back. Are you ready to see it? Are you sure?
I'm definitely ready.
Nope, not that one. Is this one? No. Dang it, where'd it go?
Did the aliens steal your footage again?
Oh, here it is. It's literally labeled video of eyes. Oh my gosh. Shame on me. All right, here we go. So this is somebody on Reddit that went frame by frame and picked this out. Do you see it? Do you see?
I see where they are suggesting. Yes.
Don't use
And,
those words.
I see that. I mean, yeah, I guess. Where is this in this video? Can we look at the original video again?
Yeah, let's pull up the original. Let's some sounds in the background here. Is that it? Well, let's pull that up again. So they are using some video editing software.
Because that guy does not look the same to me. He looks very similar, but it does not.
It was after she stepped back.
So it's in this second, probably right here.
Yeah.
Right.
But
where's the guy in the red hat?
I think
So it's right in that area.
is that framing correct? Go back to that.
It seems like the framing is definitely different to me. I could be wrong, but
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Where is that frame? Oh. You know, it's almost like somebody else is recording.
I was just getting ready to ask if there was maybe a second video somewhere, because it's not the same perspective, and it's definitely not the same type of camera.
Because look at the lighting. If the person recording had their light on, this video would have been the one that captured the light reflecting. But he's got no shadow. Where's the light coming from? So now it seems like the light is far off to the right. See, look. It's the shadow of the person holding the phone. Is there two people recording?
It almost seems that way if there are two videos that were, you know, I mean, I don't know. But there's something off about the guy in the blue shirt. There's something off about him in that video. Like you were talking about, they definitely edited something. He's a little too
That's
thin.
a completely different angle.
Yeah.
Look how much higher they are.
Yeah. I mean, there's something different about that video.
It's almost like somebody held their phone up.
Maybe the alien recorded it.
No, because 10 foot tall. That's a 6 foot tall fence. No. No. It wasn't the alien. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
I'm just being silly.
I know.
I'm just being silly.
I know. So this is clearly a second video being shot. But, I don't know, let me...
I see the tiny little red specks in there that you were referencing.
It's
I do see
these. Right there. But...
Even with these old lady eyes, I still see it.
I'm not convinced that that's the reflection of predatory animals. But it doesn't explain the blur. But let's go back to the original. So there is a few frames there where you can see light right above the fence. Like street lights or something. Back to where they back up. Come on. Yeah, right there. See it? Right there, right there.
I do see the little lights. Yes.
It's like city lights off in the distance. You see it? I think that's what they're getting at. I don't know. I don't think that's predatory eyes. But that's not all. There's more.
There better be more. I'm kidding.
There's more. All right. So this is one of...
I need you to zoom in on that. When you
this is one of the many, many people that have highlighted something and zoomed in and said, this is... this is our alien. There you go. There's your red arrow.
This looks like a metallic Groot situation.
All right, not a great example. Not a great example. But we got one more. And I was not able to ascertain which frame this came from because it's so far zoomed in and so heavily adjusted. But it gave me chill bumps. Ready? All right, do you see it? Back up, like back up and look at it. Like
I could absolutely see what we're looking at here. Yes. Yes.
This might be what the previous piece of evidence was zoomed in at.
It no longer looks like a metallic Groot. Now we look like the traditional alien from all the alien movies.
Yeah.
Ever.
We're dealing with Travis Walton aliens here. We're seeing a big head with big eyes. Kudos to whoever it was on Instagram, or not Instagram. Kudos to whoever it was on Reddit that pixel clicked this motherfucker out of the woodwork, because this is a work of art.
I feel like I just need to understand where that came from in the video to be able to fully wrap my head around how that's part of this experience.
All right, let's see if we can find it. I feel like it's after, like, the zooming in. Wait, is that... Was that the... What was above it? Oh, jeez. I mean, this is
directly in the middle in the back of the truck. You see where the... Is that what they're trying to say is happening right there?
right here.
Yeah.
See, look, pareidolia kicked in. You're seeing faces now.
I'm just looking for familiar shapes. Actually, I was kind of like piecing this together like I would a puzzle. You know, like I can see where the truck would be, and
Yeah, this is definitely the truck, like this part here. But I don't see what they were seeing. And no matter how I try to pause it, I just don't see it. I want to see it. So this used to be a thing in season 1. Back when you want to believe. But it's just not there. It's just not there. Jeez. Fine. Let's move on to Act 4.
I think
All
I
right.
spoil all the party.
Jeez. Oh, wait. Where's my other body cam footage? So that's the 911 call. We haven't looked at that yet. We'll get there. The first sighting. That's the video we're referencing. That one. Where's my...
Are you talking about the one you showed me?
No, there's a second set of body cam footage. No, not the... So there is a whole separate body cam footage that I lost. Where'd it go? Because I showed you yesterday with the redacted part. I didn't delete it. Where'd it go?
Government took it.
That's what I'm saying. So this part of it. Yeesh, what happened? So like I had it all in that file. What happened?
Now, you can't even find it when you look it up.
No.
Dun dun dun. Maybe we lost more than an hour last night.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right. So now I want to show you everybody the body cam footage from the police officer that responded to the 911 call. This is courtesy of LVMPD Public Records Unit. So this is per FOIA request from Las Vegas Police Department. This is actually their YouTube channel where they release body camera footage per FOIA requests. So I think we can play audio. I think. We're going to find out. If it gets muted, I'm sorry.
Control 1DP62. I'll be out with the PR.
You have mono? One ear?
Hey, what's up? Who called?
Weird.
Good. Tired.
Okay, I called. I was on the other side. I was helping my dad to clean the...
On that side of the house?
On the other side, yeah, in the backyard. So we're working on a truck. We work on a truck and we were checking... Okay, so I was cleaning everything. Put everything inside the little garage we have. Me and my brother, we just looked.
Did you see it?
Huh?
Did you see it?
Yeah, me and him saw it.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with light.
Can we go that side? I want to
Yeah, we can go look.
You can see that.
No, any dogs or anything?
No, please, can you check because this kid is not gonna let me sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, I bet. I wouldn't be sleeping either.
I know you guys probably think I'm crazy or something, but...
Dude, people see stuff all the time, man. It can
These
be real,
things
you never
get
know.
weird.
By the way, I like the shirt though.
Thank you. I don't believe in it, but what I saw right now, I do believe in it. I got scared, like...
You guys don't, I mean, you guys seem legit scared, so I don't blame you.
No.
Did somebody drags a black square over the official Las Vegas Police Department body cam footage? I mean, it's still playing. Let me show you that one more time. Like, you could see somebody drag the black box
Dude, people see stuff all
over
the
the
time, man. It
footage.
can be real, you never know. By the way, I like the shirt
It's
though.
weird.
Thank you. I don't
weird.
believe in it,
The cop wants to see an alien for sure.
I got
Yeah.
scared, like...
You guys don't, I mean, you guys seem legit scared, so I don't blame you.
Yeah. Like, redacted? Super weird. For public record, of course. Super weird. And then we got, so it's 9 minutes. All the way to 25 minutes is redacted. And so I thought, like, originally this was redacted, right? Like, they didn't want to show the backyard. But then, like, why blur part of the frame?
Marshall, I told my neighbor what we saw. He's like, no way. He's like, get the security cameras. I gotta see.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. He told me enough.
Might be for their privacy.
But, like, why use
Yeah,
two
we were on a
different
call by the Target
methods
right down there,
of
in the bonds,
blocking
and she saw what
for
she
the
thought was a
privacy?
shooting star fly in the sky. She saw something.
I believe in these things.
I don't believe, but Mom, I swear to God.
It's a little weird.
I'm not putting God in
Tinfoil
both.
hat.
But I
Insert
don't see
tinfoil
I
hat
don't.
here.
I'm not. I mean, I believe stuff. I don't know, but listening to their stories, like I'm back there with like chills on my arm.
Maybe
like,
it was made by an intern.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's weird, bro.
Weird editing.
It's weird. Just the fact that our partner
He-
saw
he
something
thinks
at the
it's
same
weird.
exact time. It's weird.
Your neighbor's still going around looking, so.
So, body language This is the defensive posture. You see this all the time. They're scared. This is the body language equivalent of hugging yourself because you're insecure. That's why people do it. It doesn't seem like if they were faking it, they would be, if they were faking it, they would be like, no. Well, let me show you, because they want to prove that it's real. That's why they called. Right?
I mean,
come on, get on board.
I need more than this. I'm watching this, and yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right in that they do look like they are frightened. I will agree. Something scared them that night. But at the same time, they're not like running and screaming, "Get me out of this house!" Like they're uncomfortable, frightened. I guess, like not like I can't stay here tonight. Like
I know enough Hispanic people to know they're not running away for nothing.
The police officer's got his arms crossed.
It's a. All right, how far deep do we got to get into body language?
I mean, we don't have to. I can understand what you're saying, but
it's a sympathetic gesture when you want to. When I know you're feeling uncomfortable, subconsciously, I'm going to mimic your body language to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, and I get that, but
that's
fine. But the picture from Reddit, I don't think that's real. And neither of the pictures from Reddit, I don't think those have anything to them. I think that these people had something happen in their these people had something happen in their backyard that night. I just really would like to see all that redacted footage. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I would like to see it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Freaking fair enough. Jeez.
Date night is building our marriage. This is what's happening right now. We are strengthening our marriage.
All right, so when officers from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department pulled up to their house, body cameras were already recording. The footage showed them speaking to the family outside the home, already trying to figure out exactly what had happened. The people living at the house appeared shaken. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I'm not going to because it was a smart comment.
They repeat the same description that had already been given to the dispatcher. The beings were tall, much taller than a normal person, had large eyes that reflected the light. The officers listened carefully, but you hear uncertainty in their voice. Situations like this are difficult to process in real time. On one hand, police respond to reports of suspicious activity all the time, and on the other hand, the details being described don't fit any normal category at all. One of the officers looks toward the backyard while speaking with the family and quietly admits something that later caught the attention of viewers online. He said, quote, "I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of nervous." It's a small moment that gives the situation a strange kind of tension. Even if the officer was joking, the idea that trained officers were approaching a dark backyard where something had allegedly fallen out of the sky adds a level of unease to the scene. At first, nothing unusual stands out, but then the officer notices something on the ground. Near the center of the yard, there appears to be a circular indentation in the dirt, a patch of disturbed soil that looks different from the surrounding ground. Some observers later suggested that it resembled a possible impact mark, though the footage doesn't provide a perfectly clear view of it. So this is part of the scene where it's redacted. But I have a photo of it. Do you want to see the photo?
Yes, I would like to see the photo labeled circle, please.
Okay. We have a photo with the circle. What say you? You couldn't unmute while you're laughing?
They don't want to hear me laugh. I sound like a gerbil. I don't know. I wasn't laughing at the picture. I was laughing because you said, "What say you?" That's all. This is intriguing. This is intriguing. This makes you. This is one of the things that make you go, hmm.
There is obviously no like drag marks where somebody tried to fake it, because look, you've got cross patterns from the tires. Hold on, let me turn this up for just a second.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
What does the audience think? Are they still here?
What do y'all think about this so far? Let me hear some input.
What do you think about the circle?
I need to know. I need to know what everybody else is thinking.
Maybe the circle was made by an alien.
Yep,
intern.
it's a circle, all right. I don't think anything about the circle.
Think about the circle. Okay.
Where was the corkle found?
The circle was found in their yard. So, in the backyard where the construction equipment was where the circle was found. I can't give you a precise location. I'm sorry. Because this family's address is not available on my Google search.
Or we would have already Google mapped it, because that's how you
Yes,
are.
because that's what I do. All right.
But no, that's not. Yeah, no, I don't think that that's what they're asking. I think it's like, is this like behind the backhoe? And the unfortunate part is, because of that redacted video, I don't think we're gonna know.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. But I mean, can you see anything else in the background around the circle?
Nope, not that one. You don't want to see that photo again. I know you don't. It's fine. I won't even show you.
I can kind of see where it was in relation to the video.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
The camper's there.
So there's the camper. So the backhoe and stuff would be over here.
Yeah.
So this is the front of the backhoe. I mean, if you were looking for a place to land, obviously the big white area, right? Not so far-fetched, right? Right?
If you build it, they will come.
It's true. If you build it, they will come. So let's dive off into Act 5 right quick, everybody. We're going to wrap this thing up, and obviously we're going to come down on a double yes, obviously, at this point, with all this evidence that I've... She's laughing. She's muting, but she's laughing.
I am, but it's okay. It's okay.
All right. Let's get into Act 5. What actually happened? This is Act 5, everybody. Act 5. So by the time the story reached a wider internet, it had all the ingredients of modern mystery. Police body cam footage, a 911 call, a strange video recorded in the dark, and a family insisting they had something had landed behind their house. The question now was simple. What had actually happened in Las Vegas? The first and most widely accepted explanation is also the simplest. A meteor. A bright green streak captured on body cam footage, reported by dozens of witnesses, was logged by the American Meteor Society as a fireball entering the Earth's atmosphere just before midnight on April 30. Fireballs like this are rare but not unheard of. Large fragments of space debris burn bright as they pass through the atmosphere, sometimes producing a flash that can be seen across multiple states. Most of the time, they never reach the ground. Instead, they explode high in the atmosphere in an event known as an airburst, scattering tiny fragments that burn up before they ever hit the surface. But from a scientific standpoint, this explanation fits the evidence fairly well. But it leaves one problem. The timing. Less than an hour after the fireball streaked across the sky, a family called 911 claiming something had crashed in their yard. Whether that crash was real or not, the coincidence is what makes the story difficult to ignore. Still, coincidence is not proof. Another explanation centers around something far more common than aliens: human perception. When people see something unusual in the sky, especially something dramatic like a fireball, it can trigger a heightened state of alert. The brain begins to look for explanations, sometimes connecting unrelated events that happen close together in time. In a dark backyard filled with construction equipment and deep shadows, it wouldn't be difficult for shapes and reflections to appear far more mysterious than they really are. Under the right lighting conditions, the human brain can interpret almost anything as a face or a figure. This is where the phenomenon we mentioned earlier comes into play: pareidolia, which is clearly what my wife is experiencing. Pareidolia. Our brains evolved to detect faces quickly. It's a survival instinct. But the downside is, we sometimes see faces where none actually exist. Shadows become eyes. A piece of machinery becomes a tall figure standing in the darkness. And once someone believes they're seeing something unusual, that belief can quickly spread to others nearby. But skeptics aren't the only one with theories. Among UFO researchers and believers, another possibility is sometimes suggested. What if the fireball wasn't a meteor at all? Some people who analyzed the footage argued that the object seen streaking across the sky appeared brighter and slower than many typical meteors. Others suggest that objects entering the atmosphere at shallow angles can sometimes travel long distances before breaking apart. In more speculative corners of the internet, people propose that the fireball might have been something else entirely. A craft entering the atmosphere under control. Something that didn't burn up. Something that may have landed. Of course, there's no hard evidence supporting that idea. No confirmed impact crater was documented. And no additional witnesses reported seeing creatures in the area. But that hasn't stopped the debate. Even now, people continue to analyze the backyard footage frame by frame, arguing over whether the shapes hidden in the shadows resemble large figures moving behind the equipment. Some viewers say they clearly see something, others see nothing at all. And that's what makes the Las Vegas backyard alien incident such an interesting case. It exists right on the edge between explanation and imagination. Confirmed fireball, a frightened family, a dark backyard full of shadows, and a story that spread across the internet faster than anyone could fully investigate it. Maybe it was nothing more than a meteor lighting the sky, and a family misinterpreting what they saw in the dark. Or maybe, for a brief moment on a quiet night in Las Vegas, something truly unusual landed behind a suburban home. And if it did, whatever arrived didn't stay long. But clearly, we're looking at extraterrestrials, right? Clearly.
Are you asking for my verdict?
Yes.
I believe it's pareidolia.
Pareidolia.
I think the Kirkle was made by construction equipment.
Yes, I would agree with you as well, because they have so much of it in their yard. But either that or that alien right there.
You mean to tell me? You mean to tell me? Clearly, this is evidence. Oh, geez. I'm not opening another beer.
I've broken your heart. I've broken your heart. I'm sorry. I want for one of these to come through and for me to be like, oh my gosh, it has to be aliens. But I just don't think this is the one. I don't think this is the one. I do think it's pareidolia. But I love you.
I'm sure you do. All right. So this is clearly, despite what she's... No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like I'm ruining your hobby.
No, it's... I really, really wanted this to be real. Out of all the evidence, the only thing I can't figure out is this bit. Right here.
I also want to believe.
The blur behind the fence. That one gets me. If it were a single frame and it was only there for a split second, I would pass it off as artifacting. What?
I think it's just shadow.
But shadow doesn't stay behind a structure like that. It's a little different. I'm just... I really, really want this to be extraterrestrial. I really do. And this is legitimately the only part that I can't explain.
And the redacted footage thing is a little weird too, but I do think that could be for, like they said, the privacy. And we talked about that earlier too, of the family and everything, but it is a little strange. But then the blur is a little weird, but it's not enough for me to say
Yeah,
that we know what it was for sure.
It's not enough for me
Something
either.
happened. I will agree.
Yeah, there might have been a miner in shot.
That's true.
Right.
That's true. I agree something happened. For sure. But I don't know what it was.
Out of all the evidence, this is the only thing that really upsets me. Because the blurring behind the fence. Because if it were artifacting, it would bleed over and it would cover the entire side of the frame. This is a little weird. I don't see the faces. I don't see the light reflecting in the eyes. It's clearly, streetlights or whatever from the next block over. This is the only piece of evidence.
Oh, Worlds just brought up a good point about the body cam redacted video about how they might have had minors in that shot. Maybe this, because this is a little lower than 10 feet, maybe this is an alien miner. And so it is blurred. It's blurred for us as well.
Yeah. Maybe the alien was under 18, so they had to redact it. I don't know. But I think we can both agree, unfortunately, that this is not paranormal. Oh, wait, I gotta go back to the scene. Hold on. I did that wrong. Not paranormal. There we go. Yeah. Unfortunately, I want to believe, because this was all over social media. This was huge. People are still talking about this almost 3 years later. But the conversation refuses to die. It's in the zeitgeist at this point that people want this to be real. And at this point, we're dealing with pareidolia. People are pixel clicking, trying to find faces off in the shadows. I mean, clearly, from some of the pictures I've shown you tonight for evidence, that people are just tearing these videos apart, trying to find the extraterrestrials in the frame. I can't explain the blurring. I don't know what that is. It's something I've never seen before. I've dealt a lot with manual photography, digital photography, videography. I've got a lot of experience with it. I've got a lot of experience with editing those types of things. I've never seen that specific effect aside from intentional redaction or rare refraction of light from a cloaking device, whatever you want to call it. I can't explain it. I don't know what that is. And I think that's why this case endures so long, because there's a lot of blurred lines in the case.
Well, I do hope that those kids let their mom go to sleep that night. She seemed very concerned about that in the body cam footage.
Yeah, those guys were strapped. I'll tell you, when the cops showed up, they weren't strapped like they were in the first video. No way. Yeah, they were smart. They were smart. Well, all right, folks. Before we get in this closing monologue, I just want to say thanks for everybody that showed up tonight. Thank you, World of Confusion. Thanks, Blip, for being here. I think I saw Hef there for like a half a second. We had someone from YouTube pop over.
Made our
Cheers
whole
for the
night,
company,
too.
guys.
Oh, thank you guys so much. All of you made our whole night. This makes it so much fun on a Sunday night.
Yeah,
Takes away the Monday dreads.
Yeah. Get your rest, because everybody lost an hour of sleep. And here I am dragging this podcast out. We've been going for almost 3 hours. Holy jeez. All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. We're going to wrap this up with closing monologue. We're going to get the hell out of here. I'll see y'all next week. If you've got a paranormal tale, case, or claim, or something you want to bring up to the podcast, a personal story, you can feel free to scan this QR code up here in the corner, and it'll give you a link to all of our socials. You can get emails at beyondshadowspodcast@gmail.com. It's been at the bottom of the screen this whole time, believe it or not. We'd be glad to read your story. If you've got a suggestion for a future episode, don't be shy. Let us know. And if y'all enjoyed what you're doing, or what we're doing here, give us a like on YouTube, on Instagram. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give us a rating and review, even if it's not good. I don't care. I just want to know how we're doing, gauging the progress. Let us know how things are going.
But you can say something in a nice way to improve.
Yeah.
That would be good. Yeah. Because we like being happy.
We do. We work hard for this podcast. Don't break us down completely. All right, folks. Well, let's tear in this closing monologue. We're going to get the hell out of here. Let everybody get to bed. So cases like this are fascinating because they sit right on the edge of what we can explain. On one side, we have things we know for certain have happened. A bright fireball streaked across the sky over Nevada. Multiple witnesses saw it. Cameras recorded it. Even a police body cam captured the moment it tore through the atmosphere above Las Vegas. That part of the story is real, documented, and easy to verify. But then the story takes a sharp turn. A family hears a crash in their backyard. They step outside, expecting to find debris. Instead, claim they're staring at two towering figures standing in the dark. Within minutes, they're on the phone with 911 trying to explain something that doesn't make sense even to them. And that's where the mystery lives. Because when the police arrive, there's no craft, no wreckage, no creature, just dark yard, disturbed dirt, and a family insisting they saw something they can't explain. Maybe the explanation is simple. Maybe the meteor had nothing to do with the backyard at all. And the entire event was just a strange coincidence amplified by fear and darkness. Our brains are incredibly good at filling in missing details when we're scared or confused. But every once in a while, a story surfaces that refuses to sit neatly in either category. Not proven, not completely dismissed, just strange enough to keep people talking. And that's exactly where the Las Vegas backyard alien incident lives. In that uncomfortable space between explanation and possibility. So tonight, the question isn't whether the aliens landed in Las Vegas. The real question is, did a frightened family misinterpret shadows in their yard? Or did something truly unusual touch down in the desert for just a few minutes before disappearing into the dark again? Either way, stories like this remind us of something important. The universe is a very big place. And sometimes the strangest mysteries aren't the ones that happened decades ago in remote forests or empty deserts. sometimes they happen in someone's backyard. So if you find yourself, this is how Aeon used to do it. Middle of the night, you hear a thump, and you go in your backyard, and you see 10-foot tall figures creeping in between vehicles in your backyard. Don't throw a thread at them. Do like this family did. Pull out your phones, record it. Really get in there. But use a good flashlight. Please, use a good flashlight. Buy better phones, people. All this technology at our fingertips, and we have self-driving cars, so we can't get good nighttime footage yet. Whatever. So if you find yourself in your backyard where you hear a thump, streak across the sky, you don't know what's out there, don't panic. Pull out your phone, record, use good lighting, take good evidence. But no matter what you do, make sure you follow us beyond the shadows. Good night, everybody.